this thing of vasectomy, men going for vasectomy, I don't understand it. That a grown man just decides today, and Nameless said he's thinking of it. From where I come from.
He's a reasonable man.
From where I come from.
A responsible man.
We are not allowed to do vasectomy. But anyway, up to you, Melissa. What do you think?
Listen, let me tell you something, honestly. I find it, I'm so sorry to the men, I find it childish. I find it childish and juvenile. This whole, oh my God, I cannot possibly have a vasectomy. As in, like, I'm sorry, you've watched your wife get pregnant, what that does to a woman's body. You've watched her carry that child for 10 months, what that does to her body. You've watched that woman give birth to your kids, what that does for her body. And you're going to tell her, because you don't want to go for an outpatient procedure, that she should continue to be on birth control until menopause, which is incredibly bad for her, increases her chances of many cancers. Or you want her to go and do an invasive surgery to have her tubes tied because you don't have an outpatient procedure. Me, I don't know how to respect you as a man. If you can make your wife go through all of that because you don't want to go and have a little outpatient procedure. And honestly, I think it's not responsible. If you have had the children that you are going to have, why not have a vasectomy? Because if you can have your wife tie her tubes, why can't you do it? Me, I don't understand.
Melissa, wait.
Me, I find it childish.
Melissa.
Be childish. Now tell us the childish side.
I think, look, well, vasectomy is going overboard because...
but tying her tubes is not. But her doing birth control, that will increase her chances of cancer, and God knows even know, because there are not a lot of long-term
Melissa, you've talked.
Those things are okay.
Melissa, vasectomy...
Watching your wife do that is okay.
Vasectomy, first of all, is a recent invention.
A lot of these birth controls are too.
Yeah, but you see, there's been normal ways of having family planning methods have been there for long, and they have been mostly geared towards the woman. things like and I'm being. I know we have some feminists in the house.
It's not feminism, it's logic.
There is a coil that is non-hormonal, that is not cancerous at all.
And it can perforate your uterus. Your period is heavier and more painful.
No, we have more success stories of coil working than not working.
My friend, when I was pregnant, I had so many of pregnant women who are also pregnant on that coil, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I can go to a vasectomy, and especially in these hospitals ours, where sometimes they've got wrong diagnosis. A tube can be touched there, and then I become, I can start having, erectile dysfunction, which now will be to your disadvantage. Again, this thing is irreversible. You may decide to leave me tomorrow, and I'm meant to have kids with someone else.
You can have a vasectomy that's reversible.
There's someone in this country who, there's someone I know who did a vasectomy because they decided with the wife they don't want kids, and then in a moment of love and being vulnerable, he decided to go for vasectomy. They divorced.
And what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem? See, you didn't want to have kids.
You already have children.
So now I've had a vasectomy, you've left me, I've gone to the next woman, she wants kids, I did a vasectomy with you. Me, I think vasectomy is just not African.
So what about a woman who goes and has her tubes tied and then you get divorced?
Okay.
Anyway, Dr. C takes
So, Melvin,
hey.
Thing is this, I understand why the two men are so against this, because I think there's a misconception that when you have a vasectomy, your virility goes down.
Of course.
It's a misconception. As science is improving and trying to find the best way to deal with the family planning, I think the conversation we are having right now, there are two conversations. The first conversation is about what I've just mentioned, the virility of men being attached to their personality.
Yes.
And also the disadvantages of all the available family planning methods. I think for a loving, kind man, you love your wife, you care for your wife,
I love
meaning
mine.
her health and everything. I think this is the ultimate.
Listen.
It's the ultimate. Let me finish. It's the ultimate.
Marrying is
you
the ultimate.
care that.
Marrying her is the ultimate.
You care that. In this particular context we are talking about, and in no way am I body shaming in any way. This is a girl who was willowy and you've seen the changes that actually happen to a body.
It's a lot.
Especially when it's just, you just don't know. I've seen people whose bodies really change on some of these medicines.
Yes.
So for a loving husband is going to say, you know what, You're going to not be on these things. Let me do it. And the men
Yes.
who've done it very well, they're happy.